have a lot of information to cover for our team captain kickoff. And the board, Bernadette and I and Becky sat and said, oh, we need to move something like this, and move something like that. And said, we got an hour, guys, an hour. So we try to get in as much as we can. But of course, throughout the year, we'll bring that information back to you. I know this is kind of hard to see with the lights on, but you know, you want to make sure that you're chicken and not too far. So we're going to leave the lights on. Thank you. Thank you again for coming today. I can never say thank you enough for taking the time out of your day. I asked a couple of y'all earlier, did y'all miss me this summer? This is early lunch hour, listening to talk. I missed all of y'all, just so you know, but it was a good break, right? Didn't seem like it. Brenda was going to make that intro for you. Anyway, so we have a lot to cover today, and of course, we all know what an awesome year we had last year, right? We had some challenges with weather, right? We adapted and overcame. I don't think I have ever seen a group of people come together and face adversity like this team of relayers did. When those women out of bags were laid over. And I'm already getting chills because I had my breakdown behind the command center that nobody saw. When I walked past at one point, saw all of these women out of bags just laid over, wet. To me, that was like, it's over, we're done. But sun came out right at 5 o'clock. Rainbow, beautiful rainbow. Everybody came out, and by 6:30, those bags were standing up, nice and dry, and those that had been replaced were ready to go. And we ran a little late, but we had an awesome team. Right? So thank y'all again for being such great people. Yeah, so what are we going to do today? We're going to do a little 5-minute review. We're going to talk a little bit about that event. Talk a little bit about the relay moments. I just told you mine. Go down behind the command center. We'll go over our social media publicity. As you come up and just give us a quick little blip of that. Most of you already know that. How many new team captains? I should ask that question. So 2 or 3 new team captains. Are you new to relay altogether, or just new to team captains? Captains? Just captains. Awesome. So, oh, there we go. So, new team captains, right here and in the back. Don't feel alone. Don't get overwhelmed. We have a lot of support. All of these veterans in here. By the way, if you'll notice, once you become a team captain, you go to the community, you get your own seat. Everybody sits in the same place. So we'll talk about team ambassadors. That's why I asked about new team captains, right? That's our program that helps mentor and make sure you get everything you need. We'll talk about ACS CAN, a little mission into each of our meetings. Then we'll talk about the fun part, fundraising, and then we'll have a quick wrap up. Okay, so we're going to get through this hopefully relatively quick. Try not to rush you along too much, but just going to keep you going. So let's do our review. Last year we had over 100. By the way, just so you know, I'm going to tell them stuff. Here we go. Once the relay season starts and the new website goes live, all the information will actually go. So when I went today to grab how many teams we actually had signed up and participants, and I didn't have time to call Becky because I'm a last minute preparer. So I just said we had over 100. We do. So that's true. I don't have the exact number. We had close to 2,000 participants, but I think it was 18. Okay, so close to 2,000. We did have a attend our event. It's a little light for us, but it's still pretty awesome, right? We are the top performing event in the state of Louisiana once again, and we have moved up, and we are now second in the Mid-South Division in our
Who's number one?
Somebody else.
Same person that's been number one for the last 10 years, I think. It's Cracken County, some county in Alabama, Newport Steel team. That team, let me just tell you, that team is the second largest team in the United States. It's in our division, which is awesome. We're in the South, right? The only team that beat them out this year, and it's the first time anyone beat them out in the last couple of years, was Taco Bell. But the team, Newport Steel, like the chairs, Decatur, Alabama, and this is just the team, raised over $400,000.
Wow.
That's why they're doing what they're doing business. That's before they're events. So,
101 teams,
oh, here we go.
1,809 participants, 469,232. Oh, I'm sorry.
We raised $470,000. This is in the rain. Absolutely the best event we've ever had. Every year, we continue that already. Continue to grow, continue to fight even harder and raise these dollars. And I'm going to talk a little bit about where these dollars go. Okay, as we move into the year, I'll give you more information. It's important to know that. It's important to know that we are making a difference, and we are making a difference. Since 1991, we've had a 22% decrease in death-related cancer. We have 1.5 million survivors today because of what we do. We have over 6,000 Relay for Life events in the world. We're going global. I have a slide here that's going to show you that the sun now, for the first time, 2015, the sun never sets over there. As long as the sun's up somewhere in the world, Relay for Life event taking place. So we're growing and we're making a difference. All right, so let's get into the into this. Relay moments from last year. Anybody have something they want to share? Something special that happened? Something that just gave you that aha moment, or that, well, hope that never happens again? Moment?
Bagpipes.
The bagpipe. Spot on. We got some plans to bring that back, and we got plans to enhance that.
The beautiful rainbows that came out, as soon as the sun came up, it was just like a miracle. The beautiful rainbows were there. It was like, it was just a spiritual thing for me that this was meant to be. The weather cleared up like that, the rainbows came out, it was just beautiful.
Sometimes we need that test to show our strength, right? And we got that test, and we with that, and we know we can. What else?
I really like the projections of the words to songs and the hope and everything.
Something new, something outside the box, right? Something different. The reason we raised $470,000 is because this community, new leaders in this room, are not scared to change. We did this group in the last 3 years, and any other event in the state and in the South Division, guarantee you. That was a change we did. We found some improvement opportunities with that, right? Because if you're looking at the building and fireworks, so okay, we're gonna have to fix that. So we're working on that. But it was really moving. It was one of my favorite parts of the ceremony.
In a different songs.
In a different song. You have to change it up. All those songs tug at your heartstrings, you know? I can only cry so much. So that was awesome. Thank you for that. A lot of work went into that with our media and our production head in this group. Had a lot to do with that. So thank you for that. Anything else? Okay. I'm gonna have Ed come up real quick, give you a quick glimpse of our social media. Not a whole lot's changed, but that's also a big key to our success.
Hello, how you doing? For those of y'all don't know me, I'm Nate Brett Smith. I'm to the new people. I gave out a card that they graciously gave me at the conference. So anybody wants to do my contact information, I can give you a card. But for the new people, please don't hesitate to call me, or if you need help with getting your team signed up or anything like that. If you haven't already picked up in the back, you have what we normally put out is our Relay for Life, basically spread the word sheet. So we ask them that if you can, please do everything you can to promote your team, and then I'm gonna do my best to promote you. So we want to try to cross promote each other. So if you haven't already done so, you can go like our Facebook page. You can just search for Relay for Life in Terrebonne to find it. We've already shared Acadian Elementary. Share fundraisers, we share anything that we can to kind of help you guys, because you help us. So that's the model there. If you need to contact rflterrebonne@gmail.com. If you can't remember MJ's address, or Becky's address, or Bernadette's address, or anybody else's address, send it to them. I'll make sure it gets to where they need to get. I try to monitor that as closely as possible. We have Twitter, we do have a Twitter account. We do have an Instagram account. I'm actually looking for an Instagrammer. If anybody likes to do a lot of Instagramming. Basically, I'm looking for somebody that can take pictures and basically be places that I can't be. Does that make sense? Because more than Instagram, you kind of have to be everywhere. Sometimes I get tired of doing things that are like, I wish I could caught that one, or I wish I could caught that one. So if you're interested in being my Instagrammer, if you have any teenagers, they're more into that than most older folks are. I don't mind sharing whoever it is that just wants to take on that talent out. So email me at rflterrebonne@gmail. We'll get you contact with them, get that all set up. Most of these links are on our webpage. So if you don't remember it, once you sign up for your team, go to the webpage and just click on the link. So we try to make it as easy as possible for you. Have any suggestions we could do moving forward? Anything you saw you liked, didn't like? I'm doing nothing. I'm learning a lot and self-taught. So. Yes, RFL Terrebonne 2016 is the hashtag. So you notice that just on the bottom of this page here, big purple letters. Yep.
I want to kind of start this meeting off, for those of you that do, I think most of you are done. My name is MJ. I'm the event lead for Terrebonne Parish, serving my second year. My co-event lead is Bernadette, my bill. She will be taking this event over from an event lead perspective next year. I'll retire. And we have a succession plan on our leadership team, 2 years in lead positions, and then we roll over. I think that works really, really well. So that's who I am, just in case you didn't. All right, so on the social media too, Ed said you can get in touch with me, get in touch with Bernadette, or make sure you contact him. Anything you have positive that's really good that you love, send to me. If there's a problem, we have a complaint, go ahead. Bernadette's gonna talk about team ambassadors.
Team ambassadors help new teams. They can help experienced teams. If you're a brand new team captain, or you have a brand new team, you just need some extra help. If you talk to me after the meeting, we will assign an ambassador. A couple of our ambassadors are here today, and I'm going to just ask them to wave their hands so they can know them. Elena Boudreaux's in the back, Denise David, and Ruby LeCompte served as ambassadors last year. Everybody in the leadership team does help out as an ambassador, and I know that he's one of the best ambassadors we have. So if you need something, look around this room. You can talk to another team captain, but if you really want some extra help, let one of us know, and we will assign an ambassador to you. Any questions? MJ's not an ambassador because he's never been a team captain. Oh, and by the way, you can turn in money at any team captain meeting. That's what I do in the back, collect money. So if anybody has money, I'll gladly take it.
I do have a trivia challenge. Does anybody know what our national Relay for Life theme is? Exactly. So this is what our mission is this year. Remember, we had finished the fight. We never let go. We never let go. Those are very, very distinct missions. But our mission this year is paint the world purple. We want everyone we know, everyone we come in contact with to become purple, just like we are. So you'll see this a lot. It's not anything for our event, we'll talk about that. But it is our national theme. Some events picked it up and use it as their event theme or try to tie into it, but certainly not keen to do that. Maria. Okay, she's going to come up and tell us a little bit about ACS CAN and Rural Vision.
Hi, I'm the ACS CAN recruiter, if you want to call me, for our event. ACS CAN is an organization that works with the American Cancer Society, and their main push is to help to push for legislative items and for funding for ACS CAN with our legislators. Our government is the biggest provider for cancer research funding, so ACS CAN helps with lobbying for that funding, for cancer research. If you would like to join ACS CAN, it's a minimum $10 fee for a yearly membership. If you pay $20, you get a nice little keychain with ACS CAN on it. So if anyone is interested in joining ACS CAN, I have the registration form. Again, it's a $10 minimum, $20 will get you the keychain, and you can donate more if you would like. Our goal for our event is to have at least 40 people registered for ACS CAN through our event. I think right now we have about between 5 and 10 registered right now. Last year, I think we ended up with 14 registered. I had just come on probably in December or January as the ACS CAN recruiter. They are handing out information about ACS CAN and how you can make a difference by joining. If you look in the back, on the top, it says since 1946, they've invested more than $4 billion in research grants. And again, that's what ACS CAN, they go and lobby for those grants from the federal government to help pay for a lot of that research. Also, if any of you know, ACS CAN has also been fighting the big tobacco companies, and part of the reason why you get to eat in a restaurant without smoking is because ACS CAN helping to push that legislation. So that's our main focus, is to help with cancer research, benefits for cancer patients, and things like that. So again, if anybody's interested in joining, please let me know and I'll give you the information to join. And they also gave you a flyer. Any of you know my little girl, a few of you in here do. She's 6 years old. She's been asking to do a lemonade stand for a while, and I finally said, okay, this weekend we'll do it. If you came last year, she was the littlest ELT member that came on the stage. She loves coming to the meetings. So if you have a chance to come stop by on Saturday and do the meeting, all the money she raises is sponsored. Any questions about ACS CAN? Or is anybody interested in joining, and I can give you the information?
I shared her event on our Facebook page, so if you can't go and you want to participate, you can actually, there's a link to her donation to actually pay, so you can actually go give her a little donation if you want to do that. So that's one way to do it.
6 years old, she has her own page. 53, I don't have a page.
That's your mom.
Thank you, Maria. You know, she mentioned something there, and I like throwing trivia questions at you. She said the government is the #1 funder of cancer research and grant funding. Who's number 2? ACS. ACS is the second largest funder of research in the battle to finish the fight and find a cure for cancer, as well as finding ways to cure cancer once it's been diagnosed. So really, really important. ACS CAN is an advocacy side of ACS. They go, like she said, they go to Washington and they fight for those dollars and those non-smoking initiatives that you've seen, and a big part of that. Okay, we'll talk about fundraising. Let Becky cover all of this because she has more of the details and I'm just gonna mess it up. I do want to mention one thing that I did put on here and it just crossed my mind. That's not on here. Part of your fundraising, remember, sponsorship dollars go to your team now. We started that, I think, 2 years ago. So any sponsorship dollars that you bring in go to your team. Luminar sale, I think last year was our first year doing that. And while we don't have all the details yet, we're going to give you some exciting new Luminar. I'll give you a pretty quick rundown. We still have our standard white bag, $10 that you can put in honor of, in memory of. This year, a real big push this year to honor our caregivers. Our cancer participation, people who die from cancer go through this journey, which really caregivers do too. And it changes people's lives. Cancer is not individual. When someone unfortunately is told you have cancer, it affects them, their family, their community, their friends. It spreads. It's not just confined to that one person. That caregiver needs to be recognized because without them, this cancer patient sometimes just didn't have the strength to move on. So we're going to do a purple bag this year for $10 that you can buy for a caregiver. And then we have a couple of other levels. So our Luminari is going to go through some information as well. It won't be better metallic looking. I think there's a Luminari better. It's like a box that you can get. I don't think it's but and I think that's going to be a $100 level. But we're going to give you more detail on that. But certainly, all those sales go to you.
That's available online, right?
Currently, you're updating the store.
They will be available online for, that you can purchase online. So the first, big challenge, if you guys all remember last year, we had the early registration, challenge, which was a challenge for all of us. And they revamped it and done some things different this year, which I'm really excited about. There's only one shirt to choose from this year. And so basically what's gonna happen is for every team that has $1,500 that you post to your team before November the 15th, your first 15 participants that register on your team will get the shirt, okay? It's automatic. So with that being said, if you're a team that you know fundraises more than $1,500 and you want more of your team members to get more shirts, we need you to branch out to 2 teams. Okay, go back to the way that we used to do it, where if you had more than 15 participants on your team, you had 2 teams. Okay, we kind of got away from that in the last couple of years, but if you want them to qualify for the shirt, you'll want to, branch out into 2 teams, and then of course your second team would have to have $1,500 posted to it as well before November 15th. So it's called the Southern shirt, and the wording on it is it's specific for the Mid-South Division. And another thing that they're going to do different is as the teams qualify for these shirts, they're not going to be shipped to your business, to your team members, to your home, and all over creation like they were last year. They're coming to me. And they're going to be labeled what team it is and who's getting them. So I will have those available at the team cafeteria, or I'll deliver them to you as they come in. So any questions about that? So while we're talking,
If you do the 2 teams, get more shirts, at the end of the day, would all your team money go to one team, not the 2?
it still goes to one team. I mean, your
I wanna
total,
get
your
credit
team
for both
total,
teams.
yeah, like we had Terrebonne High School had 3 teams this year, but their total fundraising was all 3 teams combined together.
Now they give you the option, but they would give you the taking the option.
Okay, so while we're talking about that fundraising, we have last year was the first year, I'm going to skip around a little bit from the agenda, but last year was the first year that we did our celebrity waiter event. And we did pretty well. We raised about $7,000. It was a lot of fun for those who participated. The celebrity waiters had a great time. So we're doing it again, and we're super excited about it. There's a little bit of change from last year. It's $1,000 to reserve your table, and it's the team's responsibility to solicit their celebrity waiter. Your celebrity waiters are people in the community. Maybe it's your business owner, maybe it's councilman, maybe a woman, maybe it's the DA, maybe it's the sheriff, maybe it's one of these people that are running for, not been involved. So we're gonna do it, it's on Thursday, October the 8th, and what Denise David just pointed out to me is that we have a team captain meeting, we handed out the team captain, meeting dates for you guys. We'll talk about that and let y'all know about that meeting, and what we may have to do is just cancel the evening meeting that day, just do the lunch at 3:45, but we can discuss that. So anyway, it's Thursday, October the 8th, it's Celebrity Waiter. It's going to be at the Plantation Inn on Tunnel Boulevard. Another thing that we're doing different, so I said it's $1,000 to reserve your table. That $1,000 goes to your team, okay? Just like if you raise $1,500, that goes to your team. So let's say you decide to do Celebrity Waiter, you pay your $1,000, it goes to your team, you reserved your table for 10 for Celebrity Waiter, you're only $500 away at that point from qualifying for this, okay? Celebrity Waiter is a team fundraising event. So you want a celebrity that's gonna really solicit a lot of tips from the people that are seated at the table. The people that are seated at your table can be people that your celebrity waiter brings to the event, okay, their constituents, their family, or it can be people that, you know, if the celebrity waiter you select says, well, I don't wanna have to get the people who fill my table, you do that. Well, then you as a team take care of filling that table. You also take care as a team of decorating your table according to this year's theme, which the 2016 theme is movies. So you can get as creative as you'd like to. Did I mess up something at that point? Did you ever say that yet? What the theme was?
Well, we don't have the
We
wording,
don't have the actual phrase yet.
but it is movies related, so you can just go ahead and figure out what you want to do on your table. Let's stay away from the 50 Shades of Grey.
Shade purple and
You know,
that.
Let's keep it PG, alright, please?
There's a lot of really cool ideas on Pinterest. Maria was sending me some things. If you go on Pinterest, there's a lot of really cool ideas that are associated with Relay for Life and the movies. You know, there's some things already out there. So anyway, once you decide that you're gonna reserve a table for Celebrity Waiter and you're coming, you as a team are going to be given 8 additional tickets, and this is what the tickets are gonna look like. That's gonna be for additional seating aside from your table of 10. So if you have family and friends that you would like to come to the event, for $20, they can come and it includes their food for the event and their entertainment. And they will have separate seating at another 7 tables that we'll have set up. So each team that reserves their table, if you would like, you can get 8 additional tickets and bring 8 additional people to the Celebrity Waiter event. We have the DJ secured, so we'll have that music. MJ's gonna do a little presentation, and we're also incorporating in Celebrity Waiter this year. It's called a Night of Hope, Celebrity Waiter / a Night of Hope. We're actually incorporating a luminary ceremony during the Celebrity Waiter event. And what's gonna happen is when you reserve your table of 10 chairs, there will be a complimentary luminary bag that's gonna be in each person's place when they come in to sit down. And they are gonna have the option to decorate that luminary bag while they're there, so that when we do our luminary ceremony, all those bags will be lit up and placed in the luminary ceremony. So we're pretty excited about that. The next fundraising opportunity, I'm gonna have Dawn and Bernadette hand out all these flyers. Stick a fork in cancer. Stick a fork in cancer. This is brand new. It's a statewide fall fundraiser that we would like to participate in. What it is during the week of November 9th through the 13th, the entire state is gonna come together and do a week of fundraising for our Relay for Life events. It's an event level fundraiser versus a team, but it's soliciting all of our area restaurants to agree to participate in Stick a Fork in Cancer. And so for that entire week, whatever restaurants we have that participate, those funds that they raise and they contribute will go to our event. So if you have a relationship with a restaurant in town like Seaport just did Applebee's, I know some people use New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood, Texas Roadhouse just did a month-long fundraiser for our event. all those places, we're gonna wanna talk to them and say, hey, will you participate in our Stick a Fork in Cancer this week? The first page is just an explanation of what it is, the second page is an actual sign-up form, where when you approach that particular restaurant, they can have a choice to, host a give back night. They can do the cupcake floor, so if you have a restaurant that says, oh no, we're gonna put up the cupcakes in our windows, you just let me know and I'll give those to you. Or they can become a relay for like team if they want to. You put in all the information and you turn it back into me, because I actually have to fax these into the ACS office. The ACS office, the state office wants to keep track of all the restaurants that are gonna participate. And that's how our event is gonna get those funds after, it's all done. So that's Stick a Fork in Cancer. And then lastly is our Houndstooth shirt sales. Ruby McCall, I don't know, she probably provide shirts from her last year. She sold like the most shirts I've ever seen in my entire life. She did really, really well with the Houndstooth shirts. It's the same concept for those of you who did it last year. Basically, it's a team fundraiser for your team. You get with your family, your friends, your teammates, whomever. And there's a long sleeve and a short sleeve version. They're coming around with all the samples. There's different colors you can choose from. And so every shirt you sell, we typically yield about $7 to $8 per shirt for your team. And those checks come in, and then posted to your team after the checks come in. I get the numbers. They're separated out per team, and I post the dollars to the team. Does anybody have any questions about the Houndstooth?
We did really, really well with this last year.
Extremely well.
And I want to talk a little bit about some of the logistics. When they brought this back this year, they didn't know the vendor that they chose to do this last year got extremely overwhelmed because we sold so many shirts. I think they told us to expect some ridiculous, like 600-700 shirts, and we did close to 5,000. Not we, everybody that was involved.
No, it's 3 separate now.
3 pages.
Long sleeve, 2 short sleeves. One of the short sleeves has the prices, the other short sleeve page has an explanation. So if you don't have to read the sleeve pages, let us know. We'll give you some more paper.
Yes.
No combination, just a total of 25 shirts. Did y'all hear that question that Mark asked? The minimum order, when you place an order, the minimum has to be at least 25 shirts. So his question is, does it have to be all short sleeve or all long sleeve, or can it be mixed up? It can be mixed up. It can be a combination of both long and short sleeve. And what you have to do is you have to put in a credit card number to place the order online, but they do not actually charge your credit card at that time when you place the order. What happens is, after they fill your order and they ship you the shirts, they send you an invoice, and you have that option to pay that invoice within 2 weeks, via check or however you want to do that. So your credit card will only be charged if you do not pay that invoice within 2 weeks of receiving it. Otherwise, you can just pay by check. Another thing they're doing a little different this year is they're allowing separate checks, which as a team captain, someone shares that might be more confusing. But if you have some team members who say, I want to write a check to Houndstooth instead of to cash or whatever, they can do that, and the team captain can actually send in those separate checks as well with the order whenever you get the invoice.
We learned a lot from this fundraising.
These shirts come to your house.
Yeah.
Yes.
These will be shipped directly.
Those shipped directly to the team captain
Team
to
captain.
disperse when they get them
And it's a great fundraiser. We had some teams that did really well.
in. Extremely well.
Ruby, how many shirts you sold last year?
It was over 200.
You had to carry the sweet spot.
It was well over 100 shirts. Oh yeah, it was probably like 400.
They're a great shirt. I wish we had them.
So do the math on that and you get $7 or $8 a shirt.
Right.
And she sold that. That's what your team has the potential to make on that. But
All right, I want to talk a little bit about, you know, you heard us talk about ACS Can, you hear me talk about where the dollars go. You know, fundraising isn't all that we do, but all that we do is all the fundraising. So it's always our big focus. And we have a couple of fundraising brainstorm ideas I'd like to give you. Any idea, give me, by the way? It's for everyone. Doesn't matter if this is doing it, you will do it too, because you're gonna reach different people. I have one one that I learned about, I don't know why, but it's called penny pool, and I had to put P because if I put penny, then this line dropped down and, no. So, anyway, here's how penny pool works. You go get 100 pennies, and you label them 1 to 100. You have one really, really good, like something worth a couple of $100, something at least worth over $100. A Yeti ice chest, I don't know, a weekend getaway somewhere, something really attractive. You walk around with this bag of pennies and you say, hey, would you like a chance to buy win that Yeti ice chest? Sure, how much? I don't know, pick a penny. It could cost you anywhere from $1 to $100. You put that out front. If they take me 100, they owe you $100. But there's only one $100 ticket chance in. So if she pulls a 7, she pays $7 for her chance to win that Yeti. But if she pulls the 100 or the 98, that's how much she owes you. So do the math, whatever that is, $1, so $100 for the highest one. I think this thing nets out somewhere in the $600 or $700 range, and you can roll with it. People love it. If somebody gets the $100, you can always tell the person, go, by the way, the $100 one's already gone. So you gotta worry about getting out. So the 99 might be, you understand? So that's one. Maria, where's that other one again?
What's that?
Oh, then there's another one that you can do. This was actually on the website last year.
It's on Pinterest.
Oh,
Pinterest.
whatever that is.
It's next to the hashtag.
Wherever Pinterest lives, this is another one. And what you do is it's going to be hard to see, but you can give $5 to fight breast cancer. You can give $1 for my hand. There are different categories, and the goal is to get this painted purple. For each category, you paint it purple. And this is another reason how, for the way that we get more purple from such an individual. You just let them pick what they want. Am I right in saying that right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is another one. I will tell you this too, and I think that's what Ed has in his hand for, is that you can Google, you can go to RelayNation.org, and they got all kinds of ideas.
That's where that comes from.
And that's where this one comes from. There's all kind of tools you can go. I actually one day just Googled Relay for Life fundraisers and hit enter. And with all kinds of ideas. So get creative, think outside the box, but don't be scared because one team's doing this, oh, I'm gonna do that. They did penny pool, I'm gonna be surprised. Penny pool thing was awesome. Anybody have fundraisers going on right now?
We collected money already.
Who's the week?
Our event, Terrebonne Relay, Terrebonne signs are at $900 already.
Yeah, well, it is $900. Fundraisers going on. What do y'all have to do?
We were out on the Saints basket, or the Saints jersey, and that's on word.
Raffle?
We're doing our all-season Saints football pool. We've actually last year, this year, we raised up to 2 pools, and we collected $1,800.
So it's sold out.
We actually have about a dozen squares left in one pool. If anybody's
Everybody?
interested, we'll be sold out.
Right?
We did the same after ball.
Football pool is a great time to use it. Especially the new ones, these all-season ones are cool. They're easy to sell, right? I do want to recognize, and I don't have, I didn't get it into the presentation. We'll try to do it maybe next month. Our very first team that registered, as soon as we went live, was Acadian Elementary, right? And they posted some pictures. You've probably already seen them on Facebook and all. They're already on fire, y'all, as well as many of you in this room that are really, really going really well. I'm trying to move along. I do want to say something as well. We finally, we were able this year to secure our very first company that joined us in Relay for Your Payday, which, as you well know, very similar to how United Way does. You go to a company and the individual employee says, I'll donate $1 a paycheck, $5 a paycheck, whatever, and automatically comes out of a check, and it goes to that particular team, which during which I've been. We did a presentation and actually signed up Shamrock Energy just a few weeks ago, who was our presenting sponsor last year. So again, a very, very strong team. Really like the time. We've also pitched and believe pretty confidently that the new company that is moved into our parish from another parish, Danos, has also pledged to go with the Relay for Your Payday. So again, that's potentially between two companies, 2,400 employees that could give $1 a week. Do the math again, I can't carry the free about. But it could be a big, big impact for our event. So as we wrap up, any questions before we wrap up? Now's the time to ask. I don't have a lot of information. Like I told you earlier, I alluded to this, we're global now. We know that cancer doesn't discriminate. It's worldwide. For the first time ever, the sun never sets on Relay. I want to tell y'all just a really quick thing. I had a video. I think we're going to do it for another time, just for time's sake. When I introduced myself, like I said, most of you know me. I've been very fortunate and been asked to serve as the co-lead for the Mid-South Division Relay Leadership Team. I've also been invited to serve on the National Relay Leadership Team. I am your event lead and all of your event lead. Captain in Sarah Parish, all of us that take over the next year. I'm going away. But these things do take some time for me, but never away from this event. Moment about that this week. I reached out to Becky and Bernadette and said, let's go have lunch because I need a hug. I feel like I disconnected a little bit from the event. We're getting ready to gear up. I wasn't ready. I didn't have a presentation. I didn't know what I wanted to say to you guys today. It all came together. I just took 5 minutes to do those 2 beautiful ladies. I did just cook it and eat and all the way. So I want to share something that came from one of our national leaders with you. You know, first off, I want to thank you for all the overwhelming support that you give to Fairmont Parish in this event as team captains, participants, and I want to thank the Mid-South for having the vision to give me an opportunity to maybe make a difference in our Mid-South division and other events in Southeast Louisiana. You know, being part of the leadership team, it's not a prize. It's not an award. It's a call for commitment. It's a call for commitment for your service and your time to the American Cancer Society to help us finish this fight, and to help us paint the world purpose so that we can make a difference. And we're not doing it alone. This year we have 2.4 million volunteers that will give all their time and effort into this fight. And they expect nothing but the best from us. And we will show them the best again in their own parish. There's over 8,000 staff ACS recognized. Yes, it's a volunteer-driven organization. How many of us in this room? 35. How many work for ACS? 1. But they've increased the staff to make sure we have the support that we need. They recognize that. So 8,000 staff people along with 2.4 million volunteers that help this fight. It doesn't stop there. There's 14.5 million cancer survivors in the world. 14.5 million cancer survivors. So when you ever question yourself, am I making a difference? Is it worth moving this meeting and listening to individual on and on? Is it worth putting this fundraiser on? It's worth it. One of those 14.5 million cancer survivors, that's probably something you know. We have over 50 million caregivers. Talk about caregivers, they need our attention too. We need to thank them for doing what they do. In the next 240 days that we're together, as we lead up to our event, there'll be another 3.2 million people on this event. And in my book, that's unacceptable. And I hope it's unacceptable for you to vote as well. And thank you all very much again from the bottom of my heart for everything that you do for Relay for Life in Terrebonne Parish. We're not leaving the state in the division by accident. It's because of this community what everybody brings. So, thank you, and thank you. Y'all have a wonderful day.